This is Cadillac Unscripted on 107.9 CDY. It's sponsored by Independent Bank. And Katie Huckle, these folks gathered here don't know, but this is our 3rd anniversary show today.
It is.
How exciting.
Cool. Thank you for being with us. We've got a special group with us. Tony and Tina's wedding is on the docket for the Cadillac Footlighters. And we have the fabulous Sally Goggin in the studio with us this morning. Sally, tell us about the show.
It is like nothing folks have been to, unless they've been to Tony and Tina's wedding in New York or Chicago or some big city, because it's seldom done in small communities. It's usually done by professionals because it is an all improvisational show. There are some scripted lines that include, because there's a wedding ceremony and then the reception, and the audience are really the guests at the wedding, and they get to know all 23 of the cast members intimately, and they get to watch things start with this beautiful ceremony and just eventually evolve to many times chaos. And this production that I've been directing is kind of like herding cats, but we have a fabulous cast, and I'm just so excited about everybody. There's Barb Sicoli is playing Tina, and Carl Kilbasa is playing Tony, and they are both here today.
Awesome.
And then Brandon Peltier is playing Vinnie Black, the owner of the Coliseum, where this whole event is taking place. Even though it's really at Fox Hill, it's the Coliseum.
Okay. How do we get tickets, and when is the show?
You'll need the show dates are January 13th and 14th. Doors open at 6. Activity begins around 6:30. Tickets, if you go to the Cadillac Footlighters website, which is CadillacFootlighters.com, the lighters part of it is LITERS. There's no GH in it. So CadillacFootlighters.com. And if you just kind of scroll down, there's a green box with the name Ludus there that if you click on that will take you to the exact place to order tickets.
Okay.
As you are listening to us now, you need to get them quick because we understand they're going fast.
They are going fast. I just got a message from the president who says there are barely 50 tickets left for 2 performances.
Awesome. And this is a fundraiser, correct?
It's a fundraiser for Footlighters because we want our own home so badly. Right now we use one place to store our props and our costumes and set pieces, and we rehearse in the lovely First Presbyterian lower level. They are so good to us in allowing us to rehearse in their space. And now performance space is hard to come by because the Cadillac High School auditorium is under construction. And so we're trying to find different places for the next year where we can do some performances. So we really want our own home. And this is a big fundraiser for that.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds like the community is going to show up for you
think
folks.
So.
You know.
And they're going to be totally entertained.
Oh, absolutely. So set the stage for us. We have the bride, the groom, and the owner of the facility.
Correct.
So can you set us up? Because we're gonna talk to the bride and the groom and the owner, Vinny.
Well, let me tell you, Tony and Tina's wedding is a Catholic Italian wedding set in New Jersey.
Oh, boy.
And so they all have lovely accents, too, to give you the impression that you really are there.
Okay. All right. So let's talk to the bride and the groom first. How's it going?
It's going great, Katie. How are you today?
Oh, my gosh.
Your hair just looks fabulous, by the way.
Oh, thank you. So does yours.
Thank you. Hello, she said something to you.
I heard her. I heard her.
Really?
Katie, listen, I'm getting married.
Oh.
What do you expect from me, okay?
Are you really going to do this right here?
What?
We're here talking
What?
to Katie and Rich, and you want to bring that up right now,
It's not even our day anymore. It's your Mother's Day. We're just here to do our thing,
My
so
Mother's
whatever.
Day. Well, you know, she gets to have some special attention, too. I mean, she is the
She's
mother
had
of the
plenty
bride.
of attention, believe me.
Yeah, no, at least it's not any attention like your father's girlfriend gets. Really? You want to start with that?
We're going to bring that into it now?
Yeah.
That's where we're going to go?
Let's bring it up.
Oh, my goodness.
Next question.
So how'd you meet?
Go ahead. Let's see if you remember.
It's my turn. Well, we went to prom together in high school, but we never really had any kind of real connection. Just grew up together. We were friends and all that, but there was no spark unless you had enough booze in it to get all sparked up. But after that, we went on our separate ways. I started managing, my dad's strip club, the Animal Kingdom there, and tried to keep him on the straight and narrow. And one day Tina had saw her with tears in her eyes, all heartbroken, all of a sudden bummed that she'd been dating, and so I took her out for a coffee and a drink after that, which turned into a lot more. And I think I don't know, must have stole her heart. She got the scent of this stag stuck in her nose there.
He's my Italian stallion. I just love him.
Well, that is spectacular, isn't it, Rich? Congratulations to the lovely couple.
Thank you.
Vinny, let's go to you. You've got a lot of folks coming to your place.
Oh, that's right. And, the Coliseum is known throughout the entire Hoboken area as the best place to have your events. We have bar mitzvahs, we have funerals, we have weddings, we have everything you could ever want, and we got great food, and the big thing is classy. That's kind of our
Yes.
word for everything.
he was
We
serious.
got
I'm
this
sorry.
wedding coming up, and we're gonna have all sorts of pink and all sorts of leopard print, so really classy sorts of people.
I picked that.
and
I picked that.
It's a beautiful, beautiful theme. We've been working close with this. There is going to be food at this. There's a buffet with all sorts of fantastic Italian food that people are going to really love. There's dancing, there's shows, there's music, there's everything.
Don't forget the bar. That's the most important part.
We definitely have the bar, absolutely.
And you've hired Shawnee D, a local DJ, is going to be there doing what he does all summer long, is taking care of weddings.
Oh, yeah,
So,
he's the party, all right.
yeah, he is.
Vinny, can I ask you, when it comes to dealing with two robust Italian families to plan a wedding, how has it been in terms of
Did she
keeping
just call us fat?
No, no.
Robust. It's a compliment.
It's-
My
I-
gosh,
I-
it's like, olive oil. It's robust.
Well,
Really?
yes.
Really?
What I meant was
Let the woman talk, please.
what I meant was strong-willed mothers, probably, and a beautiful
Did you tell her
bride.
that?
And
Did you
so
tell her that?
what
She
I'm
didn't
say
wondering
much
is,
about
how
it.
has that gone for you?
It always goes great. People love me. I'm a high member of the society. You might remember
yeah, he's a high member.
my appearance on Star Search in 1993.
He's still going on about that one,
huh?
Which was a fantastic springboard to where I am today with
he
the
even get any
Coliseum
stars?
and
Did he
the
get any
beautiful
stars?
things. And
Vinny,
so
you came in second. Okay?
That little puppeteer, she was fantastic.
She was
I
mine.
think she bought some things off to not get me through the comedy, but that's the great thing about the Coliseum is we have so many wonderful things. We're going to have comedy, we're going to have singing, we're going to have dancing.
calling Vinny,
Everybody that
Johnny.
comes to this wedding, they're going to be able to take part in
Look, that
this
was part of
wedding.
the discount they gave us, okay?
And again, trying to take into account all of the things that the parents want, the bride and the groom want.
But mostly what I want because I'm the bride.
When did I get a
and-
say in any of this?
Making
don't,
sure
so
that
take
everybody
down.
has a great time, and it's going to be a special night. It's going to be everything that they could ever imagine as far as the wedding could be concerned.
Oh my, Tina, when it comes to your bridesmaids, how many bridesmaids? What do the dresses look like? The ladies want to know in our audience.
Of course, super classy, and the dresses for my bridesmaids, I have 3 of them.
Okay.
2 of them have been my best friends forever, and then one of them is Marina, who just is like a little puppy who won't go away. But anyway, they're going to be in ultra classy leopard print platform heels.
Oh, yes.
And a hot pink ruched number with a one sleeve kind of thing. Oh my gosh, they look fantastic. But I had to make sure that they didn't pick out too sexy of an outfit because I don't want them upstaging me. I mean, come on, it's my day.
Oh, 100%.
Really?
It's true.
Yes, and Tony, what about your groomsmen?
Well, I got 3 of them there. I've got my best man, Barry, and then there's Dom, and then my little brother, Johnny. Got to have the brother in there. Love that little guy. But, I don't know what we're going to do for outfits yet because Tina hasn't told me.
Oh,
So,
Like I have to tell you everything, huh? Like, to brush your teeth and, to clean up the cat's litter box
Isn't
and
that
everything.
what- that-
everything.
that's-
always
I
have to
thought
tell you
that's the
everything.
life. I thought that's what's
I'm not
happening.
your
That's why we're
mother.
getting married, for
You're a
crying
grown
sake.
man, aren't you? Right? You're a grown man, aren't you?
Tina, I thought I was. I thought I was.
You were too.
In
I'm
terms
learning
of
something new about you already.
Hey, Katie,
Yes.
can we pause for just a second here? For those of you who just jumped in late and you're wondering what in the hell you're listening to right now, this is the cast of Tony and Tina's Wedding in character on Cadillac Unscripted on 107.9 CDY. I felt the need to do that. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I think that was a very logical thing to do.
Listen, this guy's got to steal the show, always taking it away from all of us.
I
Whatever,
know.
Rich.
He's like that
You
Vinnie
do your
Black
thing. It's
guy.
fine.
Can you tell
In
us?
case you haven't
Prima donna.
noticed, this experience for me as director has been like herding cats.
Oh, I can't imagine. It's like a
Yeah.
runaway train, isn't it?
Oh, it is. The noise alone is.
So, Sally, can we talk about directing a play? And then we want to hear more from these very entertaining people. But when there are no lines, what do rehearsals look like?
There are situations.
Like
makes
this.
It's
Oh, God.
pretty much just
Reliving
like
that trauma.
you've been listening to. There
Yeah.
are situations in the script. There are 60 pages at the beginning of the script of character descriptions,
Okay.
which they have to know their character inside and out, as well as everybody else, because they're all supposed to be good friends who've known each other. Well, at least the bridal
Our
party
whole
since they were
lives.
children. And the mother of the bride and the father of the groom dated in high school. I mean, it's that intertwined relationships. And so there are situations in a specific order that have to happen.
It's really
And-
simple. Sally's got a referee's whistle.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Honest to God.
Which is far better than the foghorn she came in with day one.
Vinny gave it to me. But we finally discovered there's so much music involved in this too that, as I've said about Shawnee D, that a lot of situations and things happen with music cues. And
I
so
see.
once we kind of figured that out, I think it became easier for everybody.
Have you seen the show, Sally?
I have.
Okay.
And it wasn't a very great production. I saw it in New Jersey.
Oh, my.
It was an okay production. You got a feel of what was happening, but as a guest, I think there were two members of this 23 member cast that came to our table. And so I really didn't get to know any of the characters, and there were situations that are happening that I had no idea what was going on.
Okay. And you're encouraging your cast to interact with the audience?
Very much so.
Okay. Can you tell
Very
us what
much
that
so.
like? I'm sitting there eating dinner. What does that look like?
Well, it may mean that the sister of the mother of the bride comes by and says, I am Josie's sister. I just want to introduce myself because I live in the city now, and I haven't had a chance to meet all of these people that are here, and there are some of you I recognize from when I lived here 20 years ago. And so that's a lot of what, in asking questions and allowing the guests to ask questions of the cast.
Katie, a lady like you just wants to be careful with two guys that are there, right? You got
Only two.
mainly two.
Mainly
They're
two.
both related to me, and you know it.
Yeah,
You
oh,
got
of course
Daddy
I know. Anyone knows
Nunzio.
it.
He's a little handsy. And then you got Johnny Nunzio, who's the last surviving bachelor in our family. All right, he
Grandma
is going to be
is-
on the prowl.
Grandma has been trying to pawn off poor Johnny for years now, and
No
I
one
think
wants
her
to take him.
goal-
I don't get it.
Well, but he looks like a little sad puppy. Come on, somebody's gonna want to take him home.
We beat that into him when he was young, so I mean, I guess it worked.
Yeah, no wonder he's so messed up
Yeah.
now. Jeez.
How do your mothers get along?
Well, Tony's mother.
Just great.
Tony's mother passed away many years ago from an incident.
It's
which
the incident.
We do not talk about it.
Okay.
There was an incident. It may or may not have involved fire, but we do not talk about it.
I
It's-
see.
Tony's very sensitive.
You're going too far, honey.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
All
sorry.
right.
And my
You're not on stand here. All right.
My mother, however, is just a absolutely wonderful woman, kind and caring and giving, and she takes care of everything for me. Everybody just loves her.
And your dad?
She's loud.
That's from Vinny. Vinny says she's loud. Do you have a wedding planner, Tina? Who came up with the fabulous dresses and?
Oh my gosh! Well, I am kind of the mastermind behind everything, but my mother and I, we talk and collaborated a lot on this. I really rely on my mother for basically everything, which I know Tony will take over once we're happily married. And yeah, so my mom.
Hey, you signed that prenup, didn't you?
What prenup?
Yeah, the one you signed.
That was a prenup?
Yeah. Okay.
That was, I thought that was for the new house.
Never
I
mind.
thought that was the rental
Yeah,
agreement.
new house,
Why did you
absolutely.
have me?
Yeah,
Do
Dad's
I have to
house.
go get a lawyer now? Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening on the radio.
Honey, I
So the
got our lawyers,
Coliseum
all right? We
has
got them for the... Yeah,
amazing
we're good.
things with it. Despite all of them, we have the music, we got the dance floor, we got the food, we got everything you could ever want. So
He keeps
they
leaving
just
out
show
the
up
booze.
and whatever they
I
want
know.
to dress
That's what
in,
the best part.
and
That's the reason that we've
it's all
always been
about
going.
my show. It's all about me and
my
how I
What a
make their
hack.
day the day that it's supposed to be.
And Vinny does a comedy act in the middle of it too.
Oh, you're
Absolutely,
Oh,
we got a
yeah.
champagne march. We got drinks. We got music. We got dancing. It's beautiful.
Vinny,
You could walk into this thing without them even being there and still have a great time.
what's a champagne march?
Champagne march is for your first toast. You go and you we do this coordinated thing. I have this ancient sword that I carry around. It's beautiful. It's been generations that we've been doing this, and it's what we're known for. It's one of those big things that people talk about for generations.
I see. What's on the menu?
Oh, you're all looking at me. Well, you can't have it without pasta. Pasta
Right.
and Italian meatballs. We're also doing mushroom risotto. Obviously, all kinds of bread and salads and things like that. So it's going to be really wonderful and very Italian.
These sound lovely, especially when I throw half that meal at Johnny. This is going to be funny.
And
I love
Brian
it.
Williams from Blue Heron and Fox Hill is doing the food for the night. So we've kind of just said, take it away, baby. You just tell
You
us
know
what
it's
you
going to
wanna
be
make.
a winner, don't you?
So, yeah. Yeah,
How
we
many
do.
guests, Tina? How many guests are you expecting?
Oh my goodness. Well, this is, of course, the social event of the season for Hoboken. So we are going to approximately have
Around 200 each night.
each night. Yeah, I mean, it's such a big event. We had to do 2 nights, of course. I mean, we wanted to let so many people come and see our nuptials, and, we couldn't deny them. So we had to make sure that we had enough seating for 2 nights.
And we have wonderful sponsors, too, for because it is a production. We have sponsors for the wedding cake and the bar and the champagne and all. And so there will be things about them at the event, too, because for Footliters, it is a fundraiser.
Who is the priest that's marrying you?
Father
Joe.
Mark.
Father Mark,
Father Mark.
Played by Mr. Joe Bauman.
Okay.
who's the current president of the Footlighters. too.
I
So-
see. Okay. And have you had to do premarital counseling and this type of thing?
Yes, we did. And Tony took it, of course, very seriously. We're
How
standing
else
up there
would
in
you
the-
take it? He's the father.
we were up there practicing our vows, and you had no idea what the father was talking about. He even reminded you, Tony, do you remember what we talked about, huh? And you just sat there like,
Okay, let's rewind to catechism. You remember any of those lessons? No, you don't. So
I was
don't give
drunk
me
for
a
most
hard
of it.
time. You weren't drunk at 10 years old. Well, you maybe
just gonna
would.
say.
No, no.
Another thing that I want to interject in here is that for 12 years I directed the United Way murder mystery, which it doesn't really exist any longer. And a good percentage of those were always improvisational too, especially when the characters had to go around to the tables. I mean, Katie was in every single one of those and had to go around to the table and answer questions and things. So there was a lot of improvisation going on in that aspect too. Those were all written by Amy Peltier, who is the assistant director for the show too. So she is always coming up with things that are very effective, and she's quietly observes everything, and then she'll say something to me like, have you thought about this kind of thing? And she's always right, and she's always observant about what's going on. And so it's lovely to have that. And Jen Reagan has done choreography for the event, and Jen has been just amazing. And we have a team of the production staff. Julie Van Heitzma has been designing the set, and Kelly Simon has been working on the table decorations. And everybody who is invited will be getting something in the mail from us too about the wedding. So there's an awful lot of stuff going on behind the scenes as well.
When you cast the show, because you've got a large cast, in fact, she needs a whistle, Rick. to manage this cast. How did you pick your characters?
Well, there was a team of us
Okay.
that cast it, and we didn't have auditions this time. We just thought about all the people that have been involved in Footliters things in the past and tried to create a cast and the right people playing the roles. And there are several people, though, who, one of those is Tony here. He had never been in a Footliters show, but he had been in the murder mysteries. So I had a feel for what he could do in the show. Craig Boss is somebody new to our cast, too. There are several people who have not participated on stage in a Footlighter production before, but have been backstage. And so it's lovely that we have new people in the cast as well as tried and true folks who've been around for a while, that if you've come to Footlighter Productions, you'll recognize faces.
In terms of a fundraising goal, if you hit your goal, what does it look like?
You know what?
$1 million.
$1 million. No, we're hoping to raise around $40,000 with this event.
In 2 nights.
In 2 nights. And we think that's achievable because, for example, Dancing the Y Stars brings in a huge amount of money every year. And this is a little bit different. We've got sponsors and things like that. The cast doesn't have to sell the tickets, which is, I think they're all
Thank you.
glad
Well,
about that.
and Sally, let's face it here. I mean, a huge part of those fundraisers is going to be the dollar dance. Bring your dollars, bring your dollars, bring your 20s.
Dollar dance. I'm trying to get my mother to change
Hey,
her mind.
here's the
on
benefit.
that.
Here's the
There's
benefit
going
to
to be
that.
a dollar
And I'm
dance.
talking to you fellas. You get your last chance to dance with my beautiful wife Tina here. Sorry, wife to be Tina here.
Really?
Okay, your very last chance. Because any of you put your hands on after that, we're going to have words.
Including your father?
Especially my father.
Okay.
And we're calling it the $5 dance, not just the dollar dance.
There it is. See,
It's the
you're worth
$5
more.
dance.
You're worth
So
more.
everybody-
$5 to you?
Well, you're
Really?
worth- well,
Everybody needs to bring along cash, or we can arrange for you to Venmo it. So we're good.
We accept PayPal and Zelle, and we don't discriminate.
So, Vinny, are you the MC of the evening?
Well, me and Shawnee D are kind of running this together. Shawnee D again is going to do a great job with this. He's well known in the community. He's going to be in charge of all the tunes, but yeah, I'm going to keep the evening going. Make sure that things happen where they're supposed to happen, and make sure everybody has a great time.
Jokes.
And Vinny's wife, Loretta, that is played by Melissa Kendall, is also helping keep things underway, too.
She's
What
helping,
Sally
yeah.
means by that is Loretta will keep the night moving on. Vinny will slow it down a bit. Loretta will.
Exactly.
pick
It's
it
all
back up.
about delegation. It's about knowing what your role is. And my role is to be above and beyond everything and let the detail people deal with the details.
You sound like a really good delegator.
It's all about how high you are.
Should everyone, the ladies want to know about how to dress, and are we dressing like we're going to a wedding, Sally?
I would suggest that, yeah.
Not just
Whatever
anyone.
you're comfortable in, really. But it's not the event you would wear jeans to. Let me just say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
just any wedding. Just imagine that Snooki herself invited you to her Jersey Shore wedding. It is going to be that kind of classy.
That's classy.
It is.
Yes.
No
And-
JWoww, we want Snooki.
Anybody calls me Pauly D, they're getting knocked to the floor. I
You're in a
promise you that.
situation. You're not a Pauly D.
So
You know what, babe? That's the best compliment you've ever given me. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I love you, babe.
your florist, your flowers, your cake, was that all you too, Tina? Was this your concept and your?
Oh, I'm sorry. Tony and I were getting a little frisky there. What was that?
Okay, I'm talking about your florist, your flowers, your cake, the details.
Oh my gosh, we went to Patterson's, downtown there, and they just had beautiful, beautiful flowers. They even let us put in a special request. These beautiful flowers called Birds of Paradise. They're normally this tacky, bright orange color, but just for us, they're going to spray paint it pink and put sparkles all over it. It's going to be so gorgeous.
Oh my!
Classy.
Right? Of course. Nothing but classy for me.
And the cake will be done by Blue Heron.
No, it is being done by a private baker. So Blue Heron is not doing the cake. And then there will also be cupcakes as well that will be used for the guests.
Sure,
too. So.
sure. Tina, when we think about East Coast weddings, we think about, the big hair and, is that the way we're going? I mean, I just need to know what to expect.
Oh, yeah. Me and the girls, we all have appointments at Posh that day, and they're going to be doing fabulous updos. Our hair is going to be coiled on top of our head. It's going to be like 10 inches tall. Oh, my gosh. It's going to look fabulous.
So glad it's going to be up this time. Won't have to hold your hair back while you're throwing up in the back.
Hey, that just happened once last week, and then, the week
month
before
that,
and, maybe you
How
should
many
let me
times
drink
we
so
had my
much.
Camaro detailed since you did all,
I said I was sorry.
Okay. Well, you did say you're sorry.
What should the men wear, Sally?
Anything they're comfortable in. I'm being very honest there. We want people to have a good time and feel like getting up and dancing because they're supposed to. It's a wedding. You're supposed to be up and dancing. And
I think a lot of gold. Gold is kind of a big theme with this. If
That's true.
classy, sumptuous gold is what I'd go with.
Big chains.
Yeah.
Pinky
Yeah.
rings
Giant
are
crucifix.
welcome.
Oh,
Pinky
yes,
rings
absolutely.
are
Godfather
welcome.
style. That
Yeah.
is classy.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of what most of the people in the family do, someone mentioned a family business. Can we talk about that?
Tony knows all about
Well,
it.
that's the Animal Kingdom. It's the hottest spot in Hoboken.
Okay.
That's where all the ladies are if you want to come on your bachelor parties, your bachelorette parties, whatever you're into. We're not here to judge. We just like to have a good time here at the Animal Kingdom.
But I would like to say on the record, Tony does not work with any of the girls. He knows better. He just works with the numbers in the back. He's not anywhere near the girls.
I'm typically in the back running an inventory.
That's right.
The only interaction I have is at hiring. I do all the interviews and all that kind of
Interviews.
stuff. Make
Wait,
sure you get
what's
them in
this
the door.
interview process?
They're clothed interviews.
They're clothed?
honey.
Like,
Yeah,
like a piece of
Dad
string?
does
Does that count as
Dad does the
clothes?
rest of that. Dad
Dad-
does the rest of Look, I clear the background, make sure they didn't kill
You
anybody.
cleared
all right?
stuff up. How messy is this getting to these interviews?
Clear, honey.
Clear,
Open your
clear.
ears, get the earwax
I don't
out of
want
your
to know
ears
about
and
no
listen to
clear
what I'm
fluids at
saying.
these interviews. Do I got to get a black light after you
Tina.
come back from work?
Tina, I'm going to answer the question now, okay? We're trying to make money in
Oh
our
my
business.
gosh.
One day it's going to be ours. You know that, right?
Oh,
We're going to be
that's
the owners of the Animal Kingdom.
We're the
Let's not beat it
heirs
down.
of the Animal Kingdom fortune.
Okay.
I'm such a lucky girl.
Anyway,
Yes.
we have the Animal Kingdom. It's a beautiful place. You can come in there, bring your dollars, your 20s for your dances. It's a great place to have, and we really invite everyone to come on out after the show.
Oh, wonderful. Now, Tina, your family's background. Can you tell us a little bit about your family?
Well, of course, there's my mother, and she's kind of, the matriarch of the family. My father died a few years ago.
Okay, I'm
It
sorry.
was very tragic. It was a horrible incident that had to do with hanging up Christmas lights.
Yeah, your brother's an idiot.
Don't talk about my brother like that. He is an idiot,
killed
but
him.
only I get to say that. And then there's my Uncle Louie, who is, oh my gosh, he's almost 90 now. And he is kind of the money behind the family. So he is generously paying for all of the wedding, including the beverage, including the drinks, right? We did get him to agree with that, right?
He paid for the drinks?
Is it
I
right?
hope he
I'm
did.
I'm sure I could convince him. I mean, I'm his favorite niece.
It's a
so.
cash bar.
Yeah, and then of course there's my brother, and he'll try not to screw up too much, I hope.
Sally, it sounds like everyone is going to be wildly entertained by this bunch. Can you give us how to get tickets, the times, the dates, all the deets?
Tickets, you can go to CadillacFootlighters.com, Liters for lighters, CadillacFootlighters.com, and scroll down to a little green box that says Ludus, buy tickets, and you can buy your tickets. You can also, at that point, say who else you want to sit with at your table.
Okay.
The tickets are $70 a person because this is a fundraiser and dinner theater. And the dates of the event are January 13th. That's a Friday, and Saturday, January 14th. And the doors open at 6 o'clock. Show starts at approximately 6:30. And it's going to be probably 2.5 to 3 hours long if you include the dinner in there.
I know rehearsals have been intense and that there have been many of them, including a whistleblower, Rich, managing the zoo here. But Sally, Barb, Carl, and Brandon, thank you so much for bringing your talent to our town. And thank you so much for entertaining us today. You have an incredible gift, don't they?
Yes. Get your tickets. Don't wait.
It's going to be great.
Tony and Tina's wedding, everybody. Don't miss it.
Cadillac Unscripted is sponsored by Independent Bank. Join us next week, same time, same station, for more local chat. Cadillac Unscripted on 107.9 CDY.